Oh my God, did you finally see the show?
All's Fair?
Yeah.
I did. Did you?
Well, I've seen 2 episodes and me ha gustado. Yo me puedo devorar un show de esto literally in 3 or 4 hours, the whole season.
She's not an actress, so I'm not going to sit here and take pot shots at her acting because look, the reality of it is we all know she's not an actress. She's not a good actress. It is what it is.
It was still distracting.
Right. But I'm saying, but that's an easy target, right? What I'm focusing on more is it's trying to be campy, but the problem is that for things to be campy, it has to almost have a hint of reality to it and then go above it. Like
I think it's one of the worst rated shows.
It is. It was 0% when we talked about it, and now I think it's at 7%.
Lovely.
Have you heard about something called looks maxing?
No. Masking?
Looks maxing.
I would think it's like people using filters and maxing out their looks, and la señora who's 65 who looks 30 and because of the filters.
So you're in the right area,
okay,
but not quite. All right, so everybody, welcome to episode 369.
Oh, we don't have the sound effects.
We don't have the sound effects today, but that's all right. We still have our fans there. We
have the fans. We will say hello to our fans that are out there, Juanita.
They're being a little quieter today.
Yeah, it's okay. It's understood.
It's understood. Yes. But thank you everybody for joining us for episode 369 of Pero Let Me Tell You. Good Lord, it's been 369 episodes. Like just saying that out loud. That's
a lot.
That is a lot of episodes.
Today is, I think, the only time that I've actually been nervous.
Why?
I'm nervous because my former boss is here. I swear to you. I'm like, normally I'm like,
you're like
today,
so, oh
today
gosh,
I'm like,
so
I'm more proper.
So you're not just like relaxed Roger
I'm like, no, mira, tengo hasta las orejas rojas.
You do, and that's not just because it's a little chilly today. So for those of you who are, just give a peek behind the curtain of what Roger is talking about. So today we have not one but 2 guest producers here with us today. Because Junior is taking some much deserved time off. So
he's overworked.
He is overworked. And you know what? Junior deserves all the time off in the world. And his birthday's coming up on the 20th. So I think this is like a pre-birthday.
¿Cuánto cumple?
I don't know. I know he's younger than me.
Yeah, he's like 34.
He's like 30.
And today we have a star producer too. He's a Gen Z.
So we have it's a lineage producer because it runs in the family.
Yeah.
You see?
No, I'm serious. I'm a little nervous because
tell a little bit about
I'm not going to mention her name because she probably wants to be private.
Well,
but
she's not in her
Maria
head,
Lopez. I'm always spitting.
There we go.
But she was my boss for many years.
Yes. And now her son David is the one helping us produce
Primer
it
Impacto,
today,
he was Gordi Flaca, all these shows. She was the one who created all these shows. So yeah, I'm here like, oh shoot, now I'm proper. Like I have to like.
He really is like. I'm telling you, you're like it's messing up his. He's like his posture's even better. Like it's bizarre. It's like
Mira Maria sin saberlo.
It's like, sir, no, Raúl de Molina or Lily Estefan are not going to show up. Don't worry.
Raúl de Molina was here, I wouldn't care.
No, but I'm just saying.
Lily tampoco.
But I'm saying it's still the same comida over here sitting next to you, so don't worry about it. It's still the same.
I still remember the first time that I went to her office.
To Maria's office.
Maria, we never have anything planned here. And I remember that I was doing local TV, and then I had this segment, Cosas Sonando con las Estrellas, where we go to celebrities' homes, and I have been doing it in the local level for a while. And I never had like the
fortitude
or the
balls
to go in there and be like, hi, do you think I can do it in the network? And then one day I walked in and she's like, and we asked, and I asked, I'm like, yeah. She's like, sure, you want to do it? We can do it. This is how much we're gonna pay you. And I'm like, okay. So that was a big deal for me because I had never done national exposure.
She's a visionary.
Yeah, she is.
She's a visionary. It's funny actually you mentioned that because I was gonna bring this up during the show, but. Again, we didn't know she was going to be here. Of course, I mean, I genuinely didn't know.
Y yo por poco vengo en pajamas, which I have never done because I was home and I was so cozy. And I'm like, no, Roger, you never. I always say when you leave the house, you never know who you're going to bump into.
That is also true.
And you always have to be presentable. So I was like, you know what? Fíjate que me miré en el espejo, and then I was like, you know what? No, Roger, be you. Ponte tu little slacks. Thank you. It's vintage.
Absolutely loving this one. Vintage what?
It's like
Carolina Herrera.
it's like it's like 10, 12,
but it's
13
Carolina.
years old.
It's Carolina Herrera.
Well, I didn't say it because then you would tell me pesadito energy because I'm saying a label, so I'm not.
I'm saying it, and also I worked on her perfume brands for a while.
Really?
Yes, she was my the perfumes were my.
Oh
my
wow,
clients.
the one that looks like a.
El tacón. I didn't get to work on El tacón, but I did work on the one that was a pill, 212 Sexy, for men and for women. I think I was there when they launched the male version of it.
Oh, look at you! I didn't know that.
You see?
Today is different because también I'm not listening to myself.
Right, so you're like, oh no.
And we don't have the sound effects, so I
It's
always feel like
throwing
just
you
a third
off. It's
person.
throwing you off. I love it.
It's like doing a live shot that you've been thrown at and you have no idea what you're going to be talking about and you have to perform.
And you're just go. Well, speaking of live shots and speaking of Univision 23, it's funny because I was going to bring this up, but now it's even more
appropriate.
So this episode drops on November 14th.
Okay.
But November 15th, 1967 was when WLTV Channel 23 launched in Miami.
Bueno, I remember cuando celebraron en el 2017, it was 40, no, 50? And Guillermo was still there.
Oh, wow.
No. Guillermo was already gone. No.
Like he had retired or he was gone?
Well, it's funny because Guillermo was always there, and then
for those who don't know, Guillermo
Benitez was like the main, the face,
we all
an icon. And when I would sit next to him, I couldn't believe it because when I was at UM, I would practice. I'd be like, "En Noticias 23." Like I would practice that, and when I would see myself sitting next to him to present my segment, I was like, "Oh shoot, I can't believe that." But it's funny, it's sad because as soon as he no longer worked there, like a year later, he passed away. He passed very quickly. He passed from emphysema. He was a smoker, and back in those days, you could. I mean, not that you could. But let's just say that allegedly he smoked in the office. You would pass by.
No, pero espérate. I mean, I know this is obviously before your time, but like in the 80s, people would smoke in the office. Like,
really?
Yeah. Smoking was just what you did, you know, and you could smoke on an airplane.
That I remember.
I remember that. There was a smoking and a non-smoking section on an airplane because, of course, the smoke knows to stay on its side of the plane.
You know how much I hate smoke, and almost everyone that I've hated smokes. And I'm married to a smoker. I hate
French smoker.
I hate it so much. I just hate the smell.
I love that irony, though. I love that irony.
I hate it. Siempre me sigue. It doesn't matter. Everyone that I've dated has smoked. I hate it.
¿Y tú te pasas la vida entera atrás de Eric con
Febreze? No. I mean, the rules. You want to smoke? Yeah, you can't kiss me. I can. I mean. Because you're going to smell like cigarettes. Yeah. So te tienes que lavar los dientes. You have to lavarte las manos. You're an adult. I can't tell you what to do or not to do. I can't tell you what I don't like. Well, and you still do it, then, you know.
And you can tell him what will not be happening as far as you're concerned.
Yeah.
I.e. no kiss if you're smoking.
Let's keep it peachy.
You were the one with the mind in the gutter. I was following your kissing through line.
We're going to start with what we did this weekend because I was very happy.
So actually, yes.
It wasn't actually this weekend. It was it was this weekend.
Well, I was going to start with what we did this weekend,
which is huge.
I was actually going to thank you first and foremost for coming out on Sunday to Pim Pam Pollo's.
You know when it's food, you don't want to be at the
soft. This is true. For coming out to our soft opening at Threefold Cafe.
Yeah, I brought Pamela.
Brought Pamela and
Odales Flores.
Yeah. As we have decided, we're always going to refer to her by first and last name.
My friend of 30-something years. I have to tell you a story that happened with her, but we'll get to it.
And so thank you for coming out. I really appreciate
that. Well, I always support.
No, I know you do, but I know you always support, but I just think it's important to appreciate. And so I'm saying thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you to everybody else, all the Pero Primos who watched the show and went as well. It was insane. It was a soft opening, which means that the people that were only there were supposedly only like friends and family. Again, but not just for us, but also for Shoujo. So there was people we didn't know. There was over 100 people.
I was in shock. I went with my friend Odales and Pam, and we got there.
With your friend what?
Odales Flores and Pam, and we got there, and I was thinking, well, maybe there'll be like 10, 15 people. I was in shock. Yeah. There was a line going out the door. And I mean, for your first launch, I mean, that's incredible.
It was humbling. It was humbling. It was overwhelming, but it was
a little
humbling.
Chaotic. But
it was very chaotic. But afterwards, it felt very accomplished.
I had to deal with diva energy too, because all the little things that happen. But I was very impressed. And actually, earlier that day, my uncle Darian's father, I call him Ñanga. I'm like, Ñanga, ustedes van esta noche, right? And he's like, no, yo quisiera ir, pero. Yo no puedo ir porque...
I'm sorry, wait. You call him Yanga, but they call you Kanga.
I call him Ñanga, but Darian calls me Ganga.
Okay.
But or they call me Choi, or Roge, or Rogelito, or Chino.
Yeah, no, I knew all of those, but I didn't know that that's what you call
I've
your
always
uncle,
called him,
and it's very similar to what Darian calls you.
Yeah. So I was telling Ganga and Mommy, it's not my mom, but it's my mom's sister, because remember, 2 brothers married to 2 sisters, all that crap. Anyhow, and I'm like, ustedes van esta noche, right? And they're like, bueno, imagínate que yo no sé, yo no me gusta manejar tan tarde y ya a las 7. I'm like, that is your son. Y hay que apoyarlo.
They've never gone to a pop-up, by the way.
And then and my dad's like, bueno, yo no voy porque no tengo ganas de ir. Pero si fuera mi hijo, yo fuera en un Uber. And then I left the house and I even told him, Nanga, ¿de verdad que ustedes no van a ir a apoyar a Darien? And he's like, no, Chino, a mí me encantaría, pero that's another name. A mí me encantaría, pero yo no voy a ir porque es muy peligroso. And then Mommy, my aunt, is like, sí, él maneja malísimo por la noche. And I was like, oh my God. So anyhow, when I get there, who is sitting down like this?
They were there.
They were there.
It's funny when they walked in through the door. I was
because my cousin, Darian's brother, called him.
Yeah.
And anyhow, I was happy to see them there because I didn't know they had never tried your wings.
They had never. Well, they've had the wings before. They have had the wings.
According to Mommy, no.
No, they have because I've seen her eat the wings at Darian's house, but they've never been to a pop up. So they've never had the wings like at one of our pop ups.
I told them the same thing because I'm about facts.
But they've
right?
had the wings.
Well, Ganga said no, and I'm like, Ganga, you never. He's like, bueno, una vez yo probé una, and my aunt was like, yo nunca he comido.
Nettie.
She says she had never. But she's religiously healthy. My aunt eats Monday through Friday religiously healthy.
Yo te he visto comer un poquito de Darien. No digas mentira.
I thought so too. But anyhow, it was great that there were so many people there that you guys have your following on both sides for the brewery. And so I was great. I mean, it was inspiring to me. So I was very, very happy, very, very happy. And I ate a lot. You guys ran out, but then I was very upset because. Yeah,
but you got there before we ran out.
Yes, but then my cousin came and I gave him like the attitude. And I'm like, Darian, I'm hungry. And there was an order that didn't come out. I'm hungry. And now he knows, I want the one Ganga. I'm like, I want an order of wings. He's like, so 5, and I know, bring me 8. Because his friend was eating there too. She eats. She has an appetite too.
Oh no, yeah, she has it. Yeah.
She has an appetite.
She has a healthy appetite, which I love.
But that was a good problem to have like not enough food and too many people.
The beauty of it is, at the end of the day, you know what? Would I have liked for things to go smoother? Of course, I'm not crazy. But the beauty of it not going smooth is that it went not smooth with friends and family, like people we know who know us, and so that helps in that sense, right? Because like afterwards you came and you gave us your feedback. You're like, hey, this is what I think you
blah blah blah.
I know this is what happened,
which you knew, but it's good to be told.
But I like to hear it. Like when I got home, Jose, because I don't know what was happening out there when I wasn't there, and afterwards Jose was like, hey, so-and-so was taking the orders and they did this. And when this person took the order...
It's very simple. If you take an order, give me a number or put a name. Because si hay 500 órdenes, ¿de quién pertenece esta orden? We don't have a number and we don't have a name. That's crazy.
Pero there were times where I was grabbing the megaphone.
That's crazy.
I was being like, who ordered
this? Eso es lo primordial. I mean, you need to...
But even from a perspective of like, again, because Jose was sitting by the window. You saw him by the window.
Yeah.
So he literally was kind of watching everything. Yeah. And he was able to then come... When I got home, he was like, so here's what I observed as a whole, and here's some suggestions, or here's what I noticed was happening. I know it's their first time, but those are the things that's why we invite somebody like that to a soft opening, because if we just have a grand opening where it's la gente de la calle, they don't know us from Adam, and they're not going to be forgiving. And you need understanding. And I get that. I fully get that. But that's why I appreciate people like you and everybody else who came out.
And because I think constructive criticism is good. 100%. So and the other thing you need is I already told Darian. I had told him, you're like, and that's why I went in, me metí al final, and I went into the kitchen like, you need an extra person. Because
I have one starting this
okay, great. Because I know my people. For example, I took my friend Pam, and I already know. Like 30 minutes into, she's like,
no, and I understand.
Because she's not like really friends and family.
That's the thing.
So if you only have one chance to make a first impression. So with us, it's okay because we're family, we're friends, but you don't want to do that. And these are things that are fixable, which is just you bring another person. That's 100%,
it. Which we already hired another person.
Good.
So
that was good. I have nothing to say about this weekend. I did nothing else.
Heard and answered.
Good. Good. I did nothing. I just ate and I did nothing. No, I don't remember. I always forget. My memory's horrible.
Daqui a 40 minutos, you'll be like, oh, that's what I did this weekend.
Yeah, it's horrible.
You didn't for your birthday finally?
Oh, no. Well, on my birthday, I went home. I went to my parents' house. And they cooked for me enchilado de camarones con plátanos maduros fritos.
That's what you always have on your birthday, right?
Yes, con plátanos maduros fritos. And my dad has already a trick cuando los plátanos están maduros. What he does is he gets them, los pone en un cartucho.
Right.
he puts cuando están verde, and he puts them outside for like 2 or 3 days. Y te queda un borracho con una almíbar. So I had that. And then my friend Maritza Fuentes, she likes more when it's like private. So she's like, no estás haciendo nada por la noche. I'm like, no, I'm going to change it because Eric is not going to be here. He's like, why don't we do something when you're here? And I'm like, no, because I don't like doing something that is not on my birthday. And then as soon as I hung up with him, I'm like, well, I should do that.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? So anyhow, so Maritza's like, si no tienes nada, come to my house que yo te voy a cocinar. I'm like, okay. I'll go to your house. She's like, porque a mí me gusta la privacidad. I'm like, no, but she's one of those people that like,
I want to be alone.
She could be in a crowd with people, but when she's better with one-on-one.
Okay.
Right? So I got there, me tenía queso, me tenía el vino que a mí me gusta, me hizo una ensalada. She did a gazpacho. She did salmon, tiene que ser wild for her, salmon. Water, no de la pila, it has to be like whatever, bottled water. And she made una pasta with like gambas. And then after that, she had a big cake from Meda, which I love cakes from Meda. So it was lovely. But then now on Thursday, I'm inviting just a small group of my OGs who I've known for all my life and a couple of new ones. Odales Flores is one of them. And Pam, no, because Pam's going to be in Vegas. And Jashi, I wasn't going to tell her because there's too many people. She's like, if you don't tell me, I'm going to be upset, whatever. Anyhow, but so it's just going to be 10. My mom, my dad, and my dad's going to cook again.
Oh.
And Eric is going to make the 2 cakes.
Ooh, 2?
Yeah, because people love them. We have a new one, so.
Oh, that's right. I saw.
Oh, let me know when I can do that.
Whenever you want. Listen, if it involves food, I'm not going to tell you. So I'm not going to wait.
Espérate, I don't want to.
No te caiga, por favor. I don't ask for much in this world, but for you not to fall backwards and crack your head open is one of them.
Mira, this is because last week you gave me crap because I hadn't brought them. So these were the new brownies that I've been putting on social media. I call them the Lux brownies.
The Lux brownies, yes.
Because they have, one has caramel, dark chocolate. The other one has Oreos and dark chocolate. Biscoff with the cookie cream.
I know his cookie's better than him.
And the other one is, that's 4, right?
That was 3?
And that's
No
it.
me acuerdo.
Fatona.
I think Fatona. But that's okay.
So anyhow, last week when I was here, you were like, I thought you were going to bring me some.
I really did think you were going to bring some because
So I decided to, my camera, to bring them. También hay publicidad.
Absolutely. Actually, no, let me take a little video on video of you opening. Chocolate. Okay.
If this is Stevie, ya me hubieran votado.
All right.
Actually, we did
video.
that. We did that once in Gordi Flaca. Believe it or not.
Oh yeah.
So here are the brownies.
Let's see here.
For the camera.
Good Lord. Oh, those are fantastic.
Can you see them? So I can't eat them because I'm on a diet. I gained like 4 pounds. No, for real. Like, esto no me sirve.
So there they are. Oh my God. Parece una salchicha mal envuelta.
No. I've gained weight. La ropa me lo dice. No, this is that's the one I forgot. It's
like a chocolate chip?
No, this is Nutella.
Oh.
Nutella with dark chocolate, caramel with a cookie leaf, with a chocolate leaf, Oreos, and then the Biscoff. I'm not gonna eat. I'm not gonna try it, but they're really good. They're really good.
Oh man, that smells so good.
Bueno, si te lo traje, you need to try one now or later.
I'm going to try one, but I'm also trying to think which one. David, which one would you like so that I can, save one for you as well, or maybe half? Which one? Nutella. All right. So, ¿cuál es el Nutella? This one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, you should go for the last one.
Which one? The Biscoff?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna ask you. I'm like, which
so
one
good.
do you recommend? Oh, wait.
It's so good.
I love a Biscoff cookie. I still get excited when they're on a plate. It's so sad.
They give them on the planes?
The Biscoff cookies?
Yeah.
That's the only place I eat them.
Oh, I know. Eric brings them. Eric brings them from Paris.
It's hefty. Like
que tú te esperaba que it's gonna be light. Yeah, it has a lot of crap in it. It's got chocolate. No sé cuántas libras de chocolate. It's got.
I meant that as a compliment.
Well, you're not supposed to eat the cookie by itself. You're supposed to eat it.
Oh, no, that's how
it's supposed to complement the.
Whenever there's a cookie or something on top, I always take it off. I eat it and then I eat the thing.
Really?
I'm always al revés.
Como ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
You like? Ahora, aunque no te guste por pena, you have to say it's good. What are you gonna say? Isn't it good? It's very rich, right?
So, it's the epitome of decadence.
Yeah, I put them and we started getting a lot of orders for that. People like them. Yeah.
They should. They should love them, not like them. Shit.
Mira, Maria, después you can try one if you want.
Yes. No, you have to try one. They're so good.
Well, we should put them away. No, yo, leave them. No, because remember the time that you brought
if you leave it out there, I will eat.
You brought the cupcakes from Ada, and I had 4 cupcakes in a sitting.
If you leave it out there, I will eat.
Those are my favorite.
No queda ni la memoria.
I know they're so good. And the thing with brownies, that when I make brownies, it's not like when I make like the key limes or the chocolate ganache with the raspberry, which is the new one, because I try them, I cut them and I try them. And I try them and I keep trying them and I keep trying them. So at the end, it's like, so I me estoy lleno, I get not swollen, bloated. And
you look great.
No. Trust me. Like I tried on some pants today, Ishmael, and it wasn't pretty. And speaking of that, you know that Odalis Flores, she listened to the podcast last week. Okay. And I'm like, I mentioned you. She's like, what did you mention? And I'm like, you have to listen to it. And she was horrified with what I said. For if you didn't listen, I just said that I was at her house and that basically I passed, like when I got up, she's been working out and she looked at me, she's like, Roger, you should start going to the gym. And and I'm like, eso me traumatizó. So then when she heard it, she started texting me, oh my God, but why didn't you tell me that? But that wasn't bullying. I was just telling you that's good for your head, for your mind, for mental health, but not because you're fat. And and I'm like, I'm like, it's okay. And then she's like, really? I feel like I was bullying you. How can you? And I'm like, it's not. I just kind of didn't say much to like make her worry. And then her son calls me. I'm not up at 7:30 in the morning. But he called me at 7:30 in the morning to tell me, although I didn't answer, to tell me that he thought that was very rude for the mom. And Odalis like, you should have told me. I would never bully you. And I'm like, Odalis, it's not that deep. It's like, whatever. I mean, it's true. I've gained weight.
But I also think it's indicative a little bit of the times that we live in now. And I know this was kind of like between you guys and it's a little bit joking and whatever. But
yeah,
we're like, the slightest little thing said between friends is misinterpreted by potentially even like people at large. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, if they don't know the dynamic,
right? And I thought about this actually because this past week I don't remember the names, but there was a figure skating couple.
Did you eat it all?
Of course I did.
Oh wow! Coño. I just realized.
Do you think I got to weigh this much by nibbling a little bit?
You're not overweight. Está bien. You work out.
No, I didn't say I was overweight, but I'm 200 plus pounds. You don't get to be that.
You're 200 pounds?
Mm-hmm. As of this morning, I was 208.
Oh my! I think I'm like probably I got 150 right now, which is that's a lot for me. I'm usually like 144. But okay, every time Eric comes here, he cooks and he bakes and I eat. I just can't imagine. He does, and he cooks, and he barely tries it. I eat it, and then he leaves it, and I eat the leftovers a day too.
No, ya que está ahí.
He made this thing con pato, this confit con una mashed. It's like a shepherd's pie, but with pato. I don't like pato, but the way he does it, it's como un fricassé, and he puts it inside. Y le pone la papa por arriba. Oh my dad, who's not into pato, was like, esto está riquísimo. Esto está riquísimo. Mama's like, I don't want to try it because she doesn't like pato. But anyhow, every time he makes something, right. I try it, and I get I eat the leftovers, and then little by little, when you're here 2 or 3 weeks, I gain weight. And I'm short, so I don't have a lot of area to put it in.
Well, that's why you need to go to the gym.
I know I do.
That's why you need to go to the gym.
I know.
Flores is right.
Dallas Flores is right.
She's
I don't know.
Absolutely right.
Un día voy a coger vergüenza and I'm going to go.
But what I was saying is, in terms of like the bullying thing, recently there was this Olympic skating couple that they're brother and sister. And there was a video that came out of the brother, I forget their names, of the brother apparently like yelling at the sister, like afterwards, like, like, oh, you didn't do it right. Or, just kind of like berating her, quote unquote, blah, blah, blah. And the video, for whatever reason, surfaced and people started like criticizing it. And, they had to come out and be like, we're fine. I apologize after, blah, blah, blah.
But people are highly sensitive now.
But my problem with that is like, and again, we both have siblings.
But we're not Gen Z. With all due respect to Gen Zs.
But what I'm saying is we both have siblings. Yeah, there are times where we're going to get into where we have had it with our siblings and we're just going to be like, bah.
Well, but I mean, there's things that are fundamentally wrong.
No, Roger. But what I'm saying is that what they were doing, in my opinion, was, this is not a matter of like the power dynamic and blah, blah. It's two siblings who had a moment where they were arguing and maybe the brother was yelling because he was pissed. But it's a sibling relationship, and that's not
right.
That's
not
something to get to have the public at large have an opinion on.
Well, it depends. If like your brother is telling you're a disgusting piece of, then I could be like, I don't care what the relationship is. But I get what you're saying.
But what I'm saying, it's and and it kind of goes back to the Odalis Flores and the gym thing, which is like there are certain things that I think, if you don't know the relationship between people, and unless we're talking about like an extreme situation, best, como calladito te ves más
Calladito
bonito,
te ves
right?
más bonito.
Right? Because you don't know people's relationships, and what you may interpret as over the line or crossing a line or whatever might literally just be how they joke around.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I mean, and now people are just too sensitive.
It's too sensitive. I mean, you said that a couple episodes ago, where it's like, are people just too sensitive? And yeah.
And speaking of sensitive, look at my thumb.
I was going to ask you, what happened?
Do you know that's one of the things I've always hated? People that have like a black nail. I hate that. And the day of my birthday, my glass sliding door, I live in a building, my glass sliding door estaba como trabada. And I'm like, shoot, here we go again. And I get con una mano, con toda la fuerza because it was stuck. My dad's like, you have to replace it. I'm like, you have to replace it.
Pero...
So I got it. I go, ragata. Oh, and I went, pagata, right on top of it. Bueno, a mí me dio fatiga. Yo diría que for like, I'm not kidding you, for at least 3 or 4 seconds, me dio fatiga.
That's a great word.
I collapsed. I mean, I thought I had broken my finger. It started, what's it called? Throbbing. I had to put it in cold water. It was horrible. And I'm like, coño, it's my birthday. No, don't tell me I'm going to lose a nail. And if it keeps getting black, I already told my friends that what I'm going to do is I'm going to put una curita. So you can see it because I think it's really ugly.
I think you're going to lose that nail.
I hope not. But it quedó. And you see how there's like a little bump there?
No, yeah. You're dented.
No. It was horrible. It was so much pain. And that was the day of my birthday. I'm like, coño, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. And that's how we're starting the year. Because I'm superstitious about that. I'm like, I think however you start a year is an indication of how it's going to be. I mean, last year I started it fantastic.
Well, listen, depends on how you interpret it. You could interpret it that the year's going to have a bang.
I'm going to leave it there. Does he have does our producer have a camera? No, he doesn't have a camera.
No, Jimmy doesn't have a camera today. Yeah.
It's con el tiempo.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Junior, if you're watching this episode, you have bought yourself an additional week of time by not being here.
Why?
Because we're not going to drop next week. We won't drop it as low as it would be. He's not here to recap the weekend, so he gets.
Oh, because what we do, David, is Junior. We give him like 32 seconds every week. I came up with that.
Yes.
So that he can tell us what he did because he's like part of the show. Well, you've made him part of the show. So we started with like 27 seconds or 32 seconds. So every week we would give him 5 seconds. So then he literally would say in 27 seconds what he had been doing. So he's like, so then we started going up to like almost 50 seconds. And then we're going down again.
Yes, he started getting too comfortable.
He started getting too comfortable.
We had to keep him on his
And he
toes.
puts like the sound effects and he puts himself on camera. So he's got us a little spoiled.
Yes, but we like to spoil Junior.
Yeah.
In any way possible I can.
Oh my God, did you finally see the show?
All's Fair?
Yeah.
I did. Did you?
Well, I've seen 2 episodes and me ha gustado. Yo me puedo devorar un show de esto literally in 3 or 4 hours, the whole season. But it was so difficult to watch. And
we're talking about All's Fair on Hulu with Kim Kardashian.
I'm on the 2nd episode. I've been on the 2nd episode for like 3 days. It's just,
wow.
It's not great.
It's not good.
You know what? I
saw the first 3.
I feel bad for Glenn Close.
For
the other one.
I feel bad for everyone on that show in some way. I saw the first 3 because actually that night after we talked about it, that had premiered that night, I got home and I was like, well, I can't sleep. I saw the first one and they had released the first 3 episodes together. So I was like, bueno, total, let's just keep going, right? Wow.
It's bad. Her acting is just...
You know what the thing is? Her acting is low-hanging fruit. No, because look, she's not an actress. So I'm not going to sit here and take pot shots at her acting because look, the reality of it is we all know she's not an actress. She's not a good actress. It is what it is.
It was still distracting.
Right. But I'm saying, but that's an easy target, right? What I'm focusing on more is it's trying to be campy, but the problem is that for things to be campy, it has to almost have a hint of reality to it and then go above it. Like you have to play things straight without acknowledging the ridiculousness of things. And this show is such a fantasy world. Like these women, it's like, there's an auction in New York. We're going to leave in 10 minutes. And they have like they have pajama parties on the plane and whatever. Did you see? Okay. I don't know if it's the second episode or the third episode.
I'm still in the 2nd episode, struggling.
There's an episode where Kim Kardashian literally, so she finds out that her husband's cheating on her.
Oh, the one with her butt. You can see her butt.
No, I didn't even catch that one.
Yeah.
Then she goes to the house of the lady that he was cheating on once she finds out that she's going to have his baby and blah, blah, blah.
I saw that.
Okay, ¿Tú viste lo que tenía puesto esa mujer para llegar a esa casa with all of those trastes?
I love how excited you got.
Did you see what that bitch was wearing?
I don't remember what she was.
Okay. She was in full Kardashian geesh. She was like, I mean, it was like, the eyelashes were out to like here.
Wait, hold on. But you know that everything she wears is hers.
I have no doubt.
Everything,
listen,
everything is hers.
Her and her mom are executive producers, so that does not surprise me.
I didn't know her mom was an executive producer too.
Of course she is. That woman's name is on everything her daughters do.
Oh, I didn't know.
So she walks into this house with a bunch of like baby things, people delivering behind her, in this gray outfit that has like a headscarf attached or whatever. And then she's literally, so then they cut to when she's building the furniture, and she's sitting there with one of those little Allen L wrench things with this whole cosa, and she has her and she's holding the wrench like this, and she's like, so tell me. And I'm like, no. There's no world where any human being built that wearing that outfit. I'm not buying it.
I didn't get that upset about it.
I'm not buying it.
No, nope. I didn't get that upset. but to me it was distracting. Like the show's about the outfits. It's about the outfit. To me, it's about the outfits. And every time one of the other actresses are basically going over their lines or whatever, or acting, you're doing their job. It looks real, but as soon as she comes on, it's like, oh my god. It's like she's finding out that she was cheated on, and she was like, oh wow, oh, no. Yeah, like it was so right and I had high expectations for the show. I really thought it was with that cast, coño.
That's the thing,
and it's just horrible.
If you remove her from the cast, it should be a fun cast.
I think it's one of the worst rated shows.
It is. It was 0% when we talked about it, and now I think it's at 7%.
Lovely.
Mira, there's the Glenn Close character, like when she has her storyline with Ed O'Neill. When I was watching those scenes, I was like, oh, these people are actors.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a story I'd care about.
Yeah, but
when you see Niecy Nash with her kids,
she's good.
I'm like, oh, I'd watch this show.
She's good.
When you see all that, like when they go off into their own little worlds, I'm like, oh, I'd watch that.
But
then when they all come together, I'm like, I don't care about this law firm. I don't care about this law firm, and I really don't care about Sarah Paulson, who's basically playing a cartoon character. Why is she so angry?
I don't know. I don't know, but I'm just the thing with me is that again, I had high expectations for the show, and I was really looking forward to seeing it, like the day that we spoke or we text, and then as soon as I started watching it, I was very like, what was that? If you would have asked me that question, look, when have you felt betrayed? That would have been one of them, because I thought it was just terrible. So what I find myself doing when I start watching the shows, I stop watching and I start watching Miss Universe stuff. That's what I'm still doing. I'm watching everything happening with Miss Universe. Beat it that day
real life drama.
But wait, remember that day when I told you about Miss Universe, and then it exploded. Remember?
Because you got your finger on the pulse.
I'm sure when I was telling you, we're probably like, I wonder what he's talking about, because you're not familiar with it. And now it's huge. It's huge. Then there's another controversy.
He got like censured or something.
Well, I don't.
He got fired, but he got like
he's restricted as to how much he can participate. And then today or yesterday in the Mexican building, it doesn't say Miss Universo on the outside. Then Raul Rocha, the owner in Mexico, then he's not allowed to go into Thailand. But then if now Miss Thailand wins, which is the favorite, then that's a problem, because that means that
this guy has to show up.
Right? No, but that means that Mexico has to work with them. So I mean, it's kind of unfair for her. Then the thing with Miss Chile came out that basically they did that. Well, she's beautiful. They did this. What is it called? This TikTok. What is it called? TikTok. TikTok.
I don't know what happened. So
Gen Z. What do you call it when they do TikTok? Like a TikTok trend.
Okay.
And one of the trends that they were doing was like they're without makeup, right? Mm-hmm. And then they put their powder here, right? Mm-hmm. And then they go like this. Like if they're, sniffing a certain powder. I didn't know this trend. Yeah. So then they even wanted to take her title away. And then she had to come out and speak and say, listen, like I didn't record the video. I didn't post the video. That wasn't Maquillista. He told me to do it.
Okay,
I had no idea. She's like, I had no idea what they were going to do. So, I mean, and then he came out saying like, she didn't. I posted, if you're going like.
But you did it. That's like people on reality TV where they're like, oh, but they edited me. I'm like, yeah, but you gave them what to edit.
I mean, I think she has some
the footage,
but she's gorgeous. Anyhow, I watch every morning. I'm watching, and then I also watch because of Lily, her daughter's there. She's doing great. So nada, I'm like every day como una telenovela.
It really has become. And it's a better show than All's Fair.
100%. And it's a real shame. And the reason it's a real shame is because this woman who was beautiful, Miss Thailand, she's been going at it for almost 10 years. If you see her, she's always on point. She's beautiful, beautiful perfection. And then the odds of her winning now are slight because imagine if she wins, then
controversy almost extends.
Then Raul Rocha and his team now have to work with her team. So I mean, it's like. And it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame because she's beautiful. She's beautiful. So anyway, I've been watching a lot about that, and the other things that I keep watching. I have a new one now.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm watching now? I'm watching people that build homes like I don't know, like it's like in Indonesia, or like I don't know, like Cambodia, and then you see Asian, I can say that, right? An Asian person, No, because your friend corrected me without me knowing. I mentioned something about the guy from Thailand, and I said, and I used the word Chino, because I thought he was Chino, and that's why I said Chino. Right. And then she corrected me. She said Asian.
Right. Yes. Asian is for anybody from Asia.
But I thought that he was Chino.
Right. You thought he was actually from China.
So I have to be very politically correct because you never know. Yes. So where was I going?
I have no clue. The thing you're watching, Indonesian house.
Oh yeah. So basically, what they do is there's this Asian person comes. Usually they're really young or they're a woman, and then they come con pico y pala, and then they do like a hole in the middle of nowhere, like of the forest, and then they do it like in a fast motion, and it takes them like 3 or 4 days, and they build a house from scratch
in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere. They go, they get the mud, they use their hands, they're like animals. And then they build a home, they build like a little chimney, they cook, you see them fishing, you see them catching the fish, taking out the guts, putting, so like.
Does it have plumbing? This is a stupid question.
No, I mean, it's very, come on.
I don't know to what degree they're building a house, that's why I'm asking.
Well, I mean, it's bare.
Oh, okay.
So I've been seeing that, I've been seeing like bunkers. So yeah, it's not just now like the pimples and the popping and all that. Wow, okay. So Maria must be like, what is he talking about?
All right. Well, we've got more things to talk about. Addition from Indonesian and pimple popping and Miss Universe and All Is Fair.
No transition.
But we're gonna do that when we come back from our break. Ya llegó Navidad, which means time with family and of course all of our favorite holiday foods: coquito, flan, cachapas, arepas, charcuterie boards. All of them so yummy, and all made from deliciously creamy dairy like we get from Florida milk. This holiday, you can find your new favorite dairy-based recipe at floridamilk.com or lechedeflorida.com. Así que whether it's Thanksgiving or Nochebuena, don't forget to add dairy to the celebration. Happy holidays from Florida dairy farmers and Pero Let Me Tell You. All right, and we are back. We're back from building houses in Indonesia.
But you know what I realized?
What?
I mean, obviously, if the Gen Zs are looking at it, I'm doing, something right.
You're very young, Roger.
At heart, yeah.
You're at heart, where it matters.
Yeah, whatever.
Where it matters.
No, but it's great that we're talking about something that the Gen Zs.
No, that's actually like relevant, like that they're all like up in it. So I'm gonna ask you a question.
Oh God, here we go. Live shot, sin preparación. Okay, dale, dispara.
All right. Have you heard about something called looks maxing?
No. Looks masking?
Looks maxing.
Looks maxing.
LOOKSMAXXING.
No. Looks maxing.
Yes. What do you think?
Looks maxing? I would think it's like people using filters and maxing out their looks, and la señora who's 65 who looks 30 and because of the filters.
So you're in the right area,
okay,
but not quite.
Okay.
So looks maxing.
You have some crumbs there.
I know. I'm trying to like
get rid of them.
I'm trying to put them all like this because I don't want to throw them on the floor. So I'm trying to like keep it there until we're done, and then I'll. It's
kind of bothering me.
There.
I would think about like having una gaveta abierta, like in a little piece of clothes hanging out. It drives me crazy.
That's your like.
Yeah, like I can sleep with the closet doors open,
but not a drawer.
But Eric doesn't allow me to do that. Well, doesn't allow me. No, I do whatever I want. But because he says that they're ghosts. and that I can see them. No. He's like, one day he woke up like startled, like, and I'm like, he's like, there's someone in the closet. I'm like, you realize that you look like you have mental issues. He's
Maybe
like, and he swears that he sees people inside my closet.
You don't know. Maybe there are.
I don't believe in that crap.
Maybe there are. You don't know.
Por si acaso, I got up because I couldn't go to fall asleep, and I got agua bendita, and I started going like, okay. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, because you startled me. I'm asleep.
See, he says, I don't believe in that crap. And then the first thing he does is he grabs holy water. So
si
you
la
know
moca.
What? You believe in it a little bit.
Por si la moca, you never know. Por si la moca, you never know. When I know I have no transition, so I always interrupt you. Go.
No, it's okay. So looks maxing is a term. I learned about this week, so I'm bringing it up. Is a term referring to a process of maximizing one's own physical attractiveness, which originated on male incel message boards in the 2010s. As of the 2020s, it's left all those obscure internet forums and has been popularized on TikTok. So a lot of the stuff that they're encouraging is like, superficial, like, doing steroids and things like that. But some of them are a little bit more extreme. Okay,
so these are like extreme, like metrosexuals. They do Botox and.
So here's the thing. It runs the gamut.
Give me an example.
Okay, so it runs the gamut. So it all started. Basically, what it comes down to is it's part of. So the incel community, right?
No. Okay. What is that?
So incels are.
You know what that is? You know what that is? Incels. Okay. Okay.
So the incel community.
I don't feel too bad.
Incels is online. It's people, it's men who have labeled themselves as involuntarily celibate. Basically, it's guys who can't get women and who cannot.
Oh, who cannot.
They are involuntarily celibate.
Okay.
Which means that they are not having the sex.
Okay, but I'm trying. So involuntarily.
Involuntarily, right? Because women.
They want to have sex, but they can't.
Women don't pay attention.
Got it. Okay.
So, but they feel that it's not necessarily their fault that women aren't paying attention to them. It's outside factors.
Right, like
women are bitches,
but they don't think it's because of them.
Correct. They don't think it's because they might be just a jerk. They think it's because I don't look good enough, or I don't this, that, and the other.
Okay.
Right. So within this, there's soft maxing.
Oh God.
Which is just like where you do like you go to the gym, you moisturize.
It sounds like all the genders.
Right.
It sounds like which I can't keep up.
But then there's hard maxing, which is a little bit more extreme. So that includes getting implants or limb lengthening surgeries.
I thought about doing that for 2 seconds, like
limb
10 years
lengthening?
ago, like 20 years ago. I thought about it for like maybe, I don't know, like 5 minutes. That's it. But I saw it and I'm like, maybe I should do that. Remember that my cousins we grew up in the same house. They're 6 feet tall, blonde with green eyes. Yo salí chiquitico. I was 5'5", 5'6". No. So I was like, maybe, you know what my dad used to do for me when I was little because I wouldn't grow? He hung in a patio. He did this bar so I can hang because they thought that if I would hang long enough, I would grow. So I've always been short. So yeah, I thought about it. You didn't know that, right?
I'm going back to my list here. Intentionally starving oneself, so it's like an anorexia thing, but they call it starve maxing.
Okay.
Abusing steroids, using moisturizers to attempt to appear more white, boosting testosterone by edging.
What's edging?
So edging is like when you jerk off, but you don't come.
God.
That is what edging is. And then there's this additional. You've never heard of edging?
Now, after you said it, yeah, but now I'm colorado.
Okay. And then there's this very, very extreme thing called bone smashing, which refers to the act of hitting one's face against objects, such as a hammer, in order to create a chiseled look.
But I mean, that person tiene problemas mentales. Who would do that?
Well,
I mean, it's self-inflicting.
The incel subculture is not known for being well-adjusted in general. But it started to, so now again, it was really on like those forums, and now it has started to seep into like TikTok. There are actual like looks maxing influencers on TikTok and things like that. And when I first heard about it, I was like, I don't get it, because I think even if let's say you're an incel situation,
excuse me,
right?
may I?
Yes.
Can you simplify it for me, because that went everywhere and I'm a little lost. So can you break it down with ABCD what it actually means? Because it's todo. They hit themselves with a hammer in the face. They do the other thing.
That's the thing, is there's a spectrum of it.
Okay, so give me like highlights. ABCD.
It can range from moisturizing every day to the belief that if you smack your chin with a rock or a hammer, it'll help you get a chiseled jaw.
So the point of all this is to be more good looking?
To make yourself more attractive to women so that they cannot resist you. Oh,
only for women. Well, so that's only for heterosexual men.
Okay. You know what? Let me not generalize because there could be some gay incels, but it's men. It is men.
So that I'm a maximizer too, because I've done Botox and I've done fillers and I've done lasers and all that, and I use moisturizer. So I'm a maximizer.
That's where I was going with this. Which what I found interesting was that it's this like bizarre thing within the incel subculture, and yet it's been like, I wasn't going to use you as the example necessarily, but I'm like, but this isn't new. And yet I don't understand why this group has felt the need to like turn it into this, like, this is what we do.
Thing. But is there an age thing or no? Like, are these normally older people, or it could be at any age?
I think incels can be any age.
Have you heard of that, David?
David.
Okay.
Sound like losers.
Well, you know what, David? I've done Botox and fillers and lasers and moisturizers, but no limb
lengthening.
No. No, but I would never hit myself with a hammer. And I mean, I think it's just they want to give it a different name, or I think they just want to be relevant because
that's the thing is like it's nothing new per se. What I did find interesting about that though is that, the incels tend to be about like, men need to be men and I want to be more attractive, but I want to be a man and da. And a lot of the methods and things that they're using are actually pretty traditionally associated with, feminine preoccupation, shall we say. Historically speaking, men haven't been the ones, and again, I'm talking historically, like, who are necessarily preoccupied with appearances and things like that. And so it's interesting to me that this originated from this incel subculture, which tends to be very machista, but like
I see
to
what
the
you
extreme of it. And yet they're like, oh well, we've got to go to the gym and keep trim, and I'm like, and Botox, and I'm like, but you're just doing the stuff that other people have done that are not in your little macho bubble.
It's funny because I've never heard of that in my life.
You've never heard of incels? Really?
No.
Oh, they've been around for a while.
I was supposed to know, I guess.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say you were supposed to. I've known about them for a while.
I don't know. I really haven't.
Yeah.
But I guess no.
They tend to be very misogynistic. That's what I was looking for. Because their belief is that, they should be, even if they are, because I'm not even talking about like you're unattractive to people. I'm saying if you're just a shitty human being and people don't want to be with you in a romantic relationship, their thought is, well, that doesn't matter. Like I should be able to if I want to. That's why it's involuntarily celibate.
Well, mate, I've just learned something that I'm not interested in, but it was very interesting. But I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, there you go. And I Looks Maxing just came up this week. I was on Instagram.
But it's an interesting little culture because I would have never thought that I would have never thought that was a thing.
Especially not within that subculture, that type of a subculture, right? The more like I gotta be a man, and it's like, but I'm also gonna whiten my skin. I'm gonna, it's like that's what geishas do.
Well,
the skin whitening. No, but I'm saying like that's what geishas do. Like you can't get more feminine than like a friggin' geisha.
I did that one year. I like I told you I was a geisha. I was a geisha one year. Speaking of no translation, I have written down a couple things here. Did you hear about Wendy Williams?
No, what happened?
That basically, remember that they said that she had
dementia, no?
Frontal temporal dementia, right? That was what some of the doctors had been saying. Now they're saying that she doesn't.
She doesn't have anything?
Well, I'm not saying she doesn't have anything because she has something. If you saw the documentary, she has something.
Yeah.
But they're saying that she doesn't. So now that contradicts with what her previous doctors had said. But a lot of doctors have been saying for a while that she doesn't have that. And she went through an array of tests, whatever. And it says that she doesn't. So now her attorneys are going to ask for her to be released from the conservatorship. And if they say no, then they're going to sue.
I wonder what she does have. And
she has something.
And if it's something that maybe presents as dementia if you don't do further tests. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain times you'll go in for me duele esto, and they'll do a test and they'll be like, oh, I think it's this.
Right. Que no han dado exactamente con lo que es.
Right. Obviously, that's why you go get a second, third, and fourth opinion. You know what I mean? That's why you don't just kind of go to you don't stop with the first person who says it's cancer. you go to the second doctor to confirm it's cancer, you know?
I always thought there was something fishy there because the fact that the family couldn't see her. I mean, you have her niece works at Channel 10 and, you know, and she went up there and I mean, she's I guess a reputable person. Alex Finn, I think her name is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, now she's African American. She usually wears dreads. And I mean, she was in the documentary where they would try to block her from seeing her aunt. And they would block her from seeing the family and they wouldn't let her come and be with the family. Like, why would you do that? And if you're watching out for her well-being and they're doing this documentary and you're seeing that they're not showing her in the best light and you're supposed to be watching out for her, why would you show that? Yeah. There was something fishy there.
Like they weren't even trying to really shield her from the public eye, which is what you think.
So I thought there was always something weird, very weird there. And then you see her like in that I don't think it wasn't even a hotel room. Like and she was basically building? Like out the window, looking out the window and blah, 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 blah. I was like, you know, that's weird. I thought that was weird. But I mean, good for her.
I mean, I'm glad she's getting the help she needs. What that help is, I guess, is still to be determined based on these new doctors, you know.
I just hope that she's not being held, you know, like against her will.
No.
And it's such a shame, you know, that, I mean, a lot of people also say that it's karma because she was so horrible.
You know what? I mean, look,
she was terrible. She was she was from the time of this guy. ¿Cómo se llama? I can't. Yes, and I can't stand him because he was mean.
But that's the thing. Here's what I will say.
He was mean. He was mean and cruel.
I'm not,
and that was maybe in back then. But
I was gonna say I'm not defending either Wendy Williams or Perez Hilton. But I will also say that during that time, they were not the only ones. That was what you were doing, right? And here's the thing about it, and if we really want to get technical, we are all to blame for her behavior and for his behavior and for anybody else who was engaging in that cruel behavior. Why? Because we were the ones who were tuning into her show. We were the ones who were visiting his website. We were the ones giving them the oxygen that fire needed in order to survive. So we also cannot now look back on it and try to absolve ourselves of being part of creating those monsters.
But I think there's mean and I think there's cruel.
Fair enough, but we rewarded it.
And well, it's still wrong.
I'm not saying it's wrong, but what I'm saying is we can't pretend. What I'm saying is that we can't just look at them and be like, oh, they did something bad. I'm like, well, yeah, they did something bad, but we all, as pop culture, indulged them and laughed at it and
yes,
shared it.
There are things that
enjoyed it.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah. There were things back then, and I know of many cases that were celebrated at one point, and then at one point it was not cool anymore.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, but I think there's certain things that are fundamentally wrong and mean. You know, that shouldn't have happened. You know, period. For example, when he went to that, what was it called, the Red Table Talk with Emily and Lily, and they had him there. I mean,
I didn't see that episode,
Emily was like, you know what? Like, she basically paraphrasing, like, I thought you were mean. Now you're, painting a different picture and blah, 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 blah. But you were mean, you were rude, and you were cruel. And I'm sorry, and I didn't forget that. You were a very cruel person. And now because you're saying, oh, yeah, I shouldn't have said that, it doesn't make it any better. So I've never been a fan of his.
No, I agree. And I mean, he's been on the show, and he was fine.
But you know why
as an interview, I can't say anything,
But you know why I'm not a fan of his? Because when he's reporting something, you can tell that there's pleasure in other people's misfortune, and that's what I don't like. That's what I don't like, and I think he enjoys it. There's something about him that he enjoys it.
Like a mean spirit.
Yeah, like there's a mean spiritness about him, and I think that's the real reason why. I give him the fact that he's a good son. He's taking care of his mother, of his kids, and I give him that. But other than that,
I don't know. I think people should be given the opportunity to try and change and grow.
No. I don't think people change. I think people make adjustments to get what they want. But if you are a certain way, you will always be that way.
Fair enough. But here's the thing though, and I say this many times. We always say that people should change their ways and you should learn from your mistakes and this and that. But then also many times when people do that, then we say like, oh, but I don't think it's genuine. Then what do we really want? Do we want people to try and grow and change, or do we want them to just be the bad guy?
But there's a fine line, I'm
not just talking about him.
But I have a fine line. I have a friend that will remain nameless.
It's not Odalis Force.
No, because people would know him. But this person has always been very mean-spirited.
Right.
Has always been very mean-spirited, and has always said comments that were not right, and that catches up with you. And it's, we can get into an argument or something, and I could say something that maybe is not right. But for me, I always go back to the same thing. Is there a pattern? Is there a pattern that every time you see me, you're going to say something negative, something ugly, something bad, something negative, something ugly, something bad? And then to me, I mean, you can't change that. That is who you are. You can make adjustments if you know that si metes la pata, you're gonna lose an opportunity or a job, but that doesn't change who you are. I think you make adjustments. Like, for example, Odalis Flores, I would always bother her because she would always show up late. And one day I was like, coño, like, we're waiting for you at the restaurant. I'm like, you're late again? And she never showed up. And she didn't show up because she's like, you know what? I hate that you keep telling me that, because you know that I have 3 kids. I had like a 20-year-old, like a 16-year-old, and it takes a lot for me to be able to leave my house without my kids. So stop telling me, like, why are you always late? And when she explained it that way, I'm like, okay, I get it. I was insensitive, so that was an adjustment I made. Right. But when all of your relationships are based de esa crítica, pullita, you're this and you're fat and you're ugly, and you're I'm sorry. I don't think suddenly one day you wake up and you're like, I'm a different person. Peace, love, namaste, bendiciones, BS. So that's why I think he is not a good person. And I know a few people like that who are no longer in my life.
Yes, and who are no longer in your life for a reason, exactly, because therapy didn't work.
And we're back.
A
little fired up, reliving certain things. I
see that. You know what? Let's. Do you have another topic, or
this could be a fast one, just a real.
Okay, or do you want to take a break before so you can cool off?
No, I'm good. I'm good. It's like doing a live shot. It's good. It's good. The other one I want to talk to you about, which is quick, is although they can come 3, 2, 1. Kim Kardashian.
Back to this week when you're
I can't get over it. That she's been prepping for the bar for many years, and she just failed.
Oh, she did.
She failed the bar. And it's funny because
she should have studied those scripts harder.
Hey, listen, I give her credit because she has a lot on her plate and she doesn't have to do it and she wants to do it. So I give her credit for that. But what I thought was funny is that she's on her Instagram and she's talking about how she's talking to her sisters. You know what? Let me tell you something. All those freaking, and she uses another word, all these freaking psychics that we pay all this money to, these 4 freaking psychics that we use all of our lives, they all told me that I was going to pass the bar, and they were all around. They're freaking liars. They don't know what the hell they're talking. So she's like, we believed them for all these years, and they all told me I was going to pass, and I failed. So, I mean, la pobre. So, yeah, I felt a little bad because you know what I admire about her in that sense, that she did not have to do that. She's filthy rich. She has all her money.
She's more than fine.
And she wanted to do it. Right. And she has made some prison reform changes. So I give her credit for that.
Yeah, her heart's in the right place, with some of her more humanitarian efforts. I can't take that away from her at all. I just think, like, girl, maybe it's not meant to be.
I think she'll pass.
A lot of people.
I think she'll pass.
A lot of people do fail the bar multiple times. So this is not. It's not pile on Kim. You know what I mean? It's that happens a lot more than most people will tell you.
My friend's daughter, Marita Fuentes, her daughter Catherine, just passed it the first time.
That's not.
And she wrote on a piece of paper. She's in New York. Catherine Fernandez.
She passed a New York bar.
She passed a New York bar, and she wrote like 2 months when she was studying for the bar. She put, "Mom, here I passed the bar." Positive affirmation, and she put the score. To pass, you need a 260, I believe, and 160 or 260. I think it's 260, and she put 280. She put an exact number. Not only did she pass, she got a 280. So Marita, when she was, preparing me dinner at the end of the night, she's like, "Look at this." And she told me the story. She got a 280, and her score is so high that the test that she took is, I think it works for like maybe like 40 something states, but in Florida and California it doesn't. No. But she scored so high that she only has to take one part of the test because she got a 280.
Okay.
So some people do. So anyhow, that was my story.
Yeah, first of all, congrats to your friend's daughter. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take another break, and we come back. It's time for the last cafecito. We started this podcast 8 years ago with one goal: be our authentic selves and make sure our culture was always front and center. It's not always easy, but nobody ever said being bold was easy. And for over 100 years, no café has known that better than Café La Llave. It takes a certain level of bold to unapologetically keep your culture alive. But let me tell you, Café La Llave is doing just that. So when you're being true to who you are and hustling to achieve your dreams, of course you're enjoying Café La Llave Cafecito. After all, it's brewed bold for the bold. And we're back. All right, so now it is time for our last cafecito brought to you by our friends at Café La Llave. So do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
You go.
All right, so my last cafecito this week is actually, it's tied to someone who's gotten several cafecitos already this year from me and who's actually going to be our last Hangueando interview for this year. But it's not going to Robbie Elias, even though he's part of it. He wrote a song for this Miami-based band called Los Wizzards.
Okay.
And their album on which his song appears, they just got nominated for a Grammy.
Oh, wow.
For best Latin rock alternative.
Sounds good.
Something or other. Yeah, exactly.
Grammy.
Like a Grammy.
Wow.
Like not a Latin Grammy, a Grammy. And so the album was nominated. He actually, so Robbie performed some background vocals, but the song that he co-wrote is actually called Doral. It's called Doral, and it is such a fun song. It is like it's almost a shame that I'm listening to this album now because I feel like that song could have been song of the summer. Like it's catchy. It's just
Good.
Such an infectiously fun song. Like I mean, find it on Spotify. Listen to it. The whole album by Los Wizzards is actually quite good. You know what, Los Wizzards, if you're listening. Love to have you on the show next year. The season's almost over, but we'll do it next year, maybe right before you win your Grammy, because I'm putting that out there.
Wow, congratulations to them.
But yeah, so I'm totally loving the song Doral. I'm loving the album, but specifically just the fact that there's a song out there from a Miami-based band called Doral.
From our backyard,
From our backyard. I'm like,
good.
I'm for it. Yeah.
Good. Well, speaking of congratulations, my last cafecito is for you guys because you have earned it. I mean, I know how hard you guys, I think I said this is the first time I was here. I know how hard you guys have worked to, make this a reality. And I have to tell you, I was impressed on Sunday when I went in there and I saw so many people. It's what every, business owner wants. You have the fear of opening up and having no one there, and then you go there and it's a complete opposite. And to see that group of people, that long line that went outside, the restaurant, that was great. That's a testament to you guys, your hard work, the quality of what you do. So I was so proud of you, so proud of my cousin. I was one of the first people who tried those wings when he was testing
is true,
it.
you were.
So I know the struggle that you guys have gone through. I know that you're washing dishes and you're doing it all. And I mean, you're doing it all, but I saw you and I'm like, I know that in just a few years, they're going to look back and we're going to be talking about this, how they used to be washing the dishes and you were waiting tables just to make this dream a reality. So I'm very proud of both of you. I'm very excited for what's to come. And I think, you've earned everything that you were able to kind of like cogerle gustico this past Sunday. So congratulations to you both.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That was my last cafecito.
I appreciate that. And you know what? El día de mañana, when we open up maybe our own standalone, we're gonna need dessert.
Yeah. Well, au chocolat.
We're gonna need dessert. And so I think, it's what goes better with fried chicken than chocolate?
Okay.
I'm making it work, all right? I'm making it work.
I don't know about that. It just goes well on its own.
It goes well on its own, but it's it's a perfect compliment to any meal.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, that is episode 369. We hope you listened, laughed, and learned. And as always, don't forget to grab your pastelito, your croqueta, and your cafecito. And we will see you again next week. Thanks for joining us. All right, cuídense, mi gente.
Au revoir. Bye-bye, everybody.